Hey guys, this is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a homeschooling mom. We have 3 boys, and today's video is all about summer read-alouds and the boys' summer book lists, plus one little portion of school that we'll be doing this summer. So we have not ever done school in the summertime since we started to homeschool. We're going into our 6th year, and we've always just had the summers completely free and completely off, except for one aspect, and that is our read aloud and our silent reading time for the boys or books that they have on their lists. We are adding math this year over the summer just because we got a little behind the year before last, and it's taking us just a little while to catch up, and I want to completely finish catching up those 10 lessons. So I gave the boys 2 weeks on the front end of the summer and 2 weeks on the back end of the summer not to do anything but reading. And so those weeks in between, we're going to tackle the 10 lessons that we're behind and catch up so we can start where we need to start this next school year for 2018-2019. So I am going to show you guys what I'll be reading for our read aloud time this summer to the boys, and then I'll show you some books that are on the boys' summer book lists. If we don't get to all of these, we're just going to carry them over to our school year and just start them at the beginning of our school year. But hopefully we'll have all the time in the world to finish these books. So I will start first with the books that I'll be reading to the boys as read alouds. And the first one is All of a Kind Family Uptown by Sydney Taylor. And if you've watched maybe 1 or 2 of my other videos that I've mentioned this book, you'll know how much we love Sydney Taylor and the story of this sweet family. This is the 3rd book in the series. I think there's 3 or 4 books in the series. No. This is the 3rd book. I think there's 4 or 5 books in the series. But we have really enjoyed kind of growing with this family, and we have great memories this last school year of laughing about some stuff that happened, even shed some tears about some of the stories in the last book that we read. So this is going to be really fun for us this summer to kind of round out the 3rd book in this series of All of a Kind Family. Okay, the 2nd book is a book that has actually been on our read aloud list for probably 2 years now. But just like with All of a Kind Family, we start reading a book and realize it has more in the series, or a book we're reading takes us kind of to another book naturally. And so there have been a handful of books that have been on book lists every year that kind of get carried over that we just haven't gotten a chance to read yet. And the Pender Wicks is one of them, and I'm super excited. Yeah, I can't wait. I heard nothing but fantastic things about this book since we started homeschooling, actually. So this is always on all of the lists that I see and all of the lists when I talk to moms about their favorite read alouds. So that's the 2nd one, the Pender Wicks. The 3rd book on the list is E.B. White, The Trumpet of the Swan. And this is, again, one of those books that has kind of gotten carried from year to year. I think this was on our read aloud list our 1st or 2nd year of homeschooling. We're entering our 6th year, so it's been on the list for a while, but we have to get to it this summer because I'm dying to read it with the boys. Now I'm going to show you the boys' reading lists or books on their list for summer reading. I'll start with our middle son, Elijah. He will be 10 this week, so he is going into the 5th grade next year, and he has a stack of 5 small, shorter books. And the first one is by Oscar Wilde, The Happy Prince and Other Stories. Really excited about this. Picked this one up at the Beautiful Feet booth at our homeschool convention a few weeks ago. Actually, I think all of these in the stack, with the exception of one, I got at their booth. I loved being able just to purchase books there and take them home with me versus you can't because they're part of a bundle and you have to buy the bundle and we'll send it to you. So that was really exciting for me. The 2nd one on his list is Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry. That's a short little simple read. And then the next one is The Whipping Boy by Sid Fleischman. Again, just a nice little short summer read. And then the next one is The Little Prince, and I do not know how to pronounce this author's name, so I'm not even going to try. I was going to look it up and see the proper pronunciation, but I didn't do that. So, The Little Prince. And then last but not least is Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. I'm really excited for Elijah to read this. I've heard such great things about this book. I think he'll really enjoy it as well because he loves animals. Now I will show you the books on Isaiah's summer reading list. So this first book I'm going to show you actually has 3 in the series. I just have the first one with me now. The other 2 are on their way from Amazon Prime, and that is The Green Ember by S.D. Smith. I've heard such wonderful things about this series of books. I heard it's great, so it's on his summer reading list and the other 2 that go with it. And then the second one is Crispin, The Cross of Lead. I'd actually I don't think I'd seen this book before or heard of it until a friend at the booth with me at Beautiful Feet booth told me that it was one of her son's favorite, and her son and Isaiah have a lot in common, so I thought if he enjoyed it, I thought Isaiah probably would too. So this one is new to me, so hopefully he will love it. I think he will. And then the last one on his summer reading list is an author that he really, really loved this last year. He read Sign of the Beaver by Elizabeth George Spear for history. And like I mentioned in a video that I'll link above with, it was some of our boys' favorite books over the years that they've read. He said it's been one of his favorite books that he's read, not just for schoolwork and homeschooling, but books in general. It's been one of his favorites. So that was Sign of the Beaver, and so the book that's on his list this summer is The Witch of Blackbird Pond. So I'm excited for him to read that. Think he'll enjoy that as well. And that is it. That is all that we have on our list for read aloud time and the boys' book lists for this summer. And again, I mentioned that we're just going to be doing a little bit of math every day starting next week, and we'll kind of use the next 8 or 10 weeks to get through those 10 lessons and start our new curriculum in our next school year. I am doing a video on all of our 2018-2019 curriculum choices. I haven't gotten all the curriculum in yet, so once I get all of that in, I am just so excited to lay out the feast for you guys and show you all of our choices for this year. I'm really excited about this next school year. We're making a few changes to our homeschool curriculum that I'm really excited about, kind of changing some things up a little bit, even though we are still deeply in the vein of Charlotte Mason. Even though I wouldn't consider myself a Charlotte Mason purist, I still just absolutely love everything about her and her method and her ideas on educating children. So that vein will always run very deep here in our homeschool. That is it, guys. That is it for this video. Just a short and sweet video to share some books that we'll be reading together this summer. I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope everyone is having a great summer. Until next time.